Lightsy, just gonna do a quick little update because if you can see, it's like nearly 3 a.m. and this has been absolutely doing me in. So here we go. So what I've done so far is I've added in some audio and animations. You'll see in just a second. You can see the little pumpkins bouncing. Obviously, when the thing hits the floor. So what's actually happening here is, if I can find it again, hold on. What I've done is a nice little missile script, which I think I've shown off before. We've got two arrays with different pumpkin sounds, different explosion sounds. So when the missile hits anything other than the pumpkin, it plays one of these. And when it hits a pumpkin, it plays one of these. Obviously, the speed of the missile, lifetime of the missile, the prefab itself. And if we look at the code for it, what we're looking at, different speed, lifetime, the audio clip arrays, the audio source itself. Also, again, the source, the explode thing. And I got all this off ChatGPT, which if I show you quickly, it was quite a bit actually, because it just wasn't working, and I couldn't figure out why it wasn't working. And so I was looking at scripts from a different project, and I really just could not get it to work. This is a script from the other project where I was trying to use this audio source, and I just couldn't figure out why it wasn't working correctly. The other problem I had was with the pumpkin. Trying to make it bounce, and you'll notice here it's a bit crisscrossed. So on Reddit, I shared a little video and I was asking why it didn't jump, even though it had like an animator and a rig and everything. And what I was doing was I was animating the parent object to bounce like that. And what it was doing was it was fighting with the nav mesh. So the nav mesh is trying to move it along the floor, and the animator is trying to move it up, and they just wouldn't work together. So what I've had to do instead is two halves have separate animations, which obviously when they play together, because it's the same numbers, they jump to the same height and everything. But it took so much Googling to try and figure out why the anime just wouldn't work. I should have other controllers. Pumpkin jump, is it? No, that's the animation. Yeah, so there's an idle and a jump, which I made. And then obviously it's a ball is moving and the conditions, and it was playing, but like I said, it was fighting against nav mesh agent, so it just wouldn't work correctly. So yeah, so now they're bouncing, now we got a bit of sound, obviously a destroy. The next plan is try and get a little bit of UI so we can have a nice score going on, some ammo, some health. If we actually look at the pumpkin itself, if we look inside, there's inside textures, and if we move one of the halves, you can see it's designed to come apart and explode. So that will be the next thing I do. But you might have also noticed that I've got the pause canvas fixed. Oh, well, not fixed, but you know, it's all stylized and such. So I will quickly run through that now. Consumer projects and scenes, main menu, and we'll play the game. Halloween. Turn the audio down, but you can actually hear our pops and clicks now. We have proper logo, proper text. We look at this, it's all stylized. If I turn sound effects down, the pops and clicks stop. that works. Controls, I've only really got one thing at the moment. I'm going to populate this when I add health and ammo and just try and explain the game a bit more. The graphics I had a few problems with. I couldn't get the resolution to work and I couldn't get the brightness to work, so that's on hold for the moment, but this does work. I'll show the code for that in a moment, and then obviously credits just showing off. Massive help from ChatGPT, and you know where I got the music from and such. Then we press play, come into here. Notice you can't hear anything, go into audio, sound effects. And now you can. Turn that back down. I haven't added any music yet, that's why that's not doing anything. Yeah, a little glitch, or a little bug I should say. This game does pause, but as you click it still spawns in the missiles. Obviously they fire afterwards. Halloween. So that is the next thing to fix. I also use Reddit for another question, which you can kind of see I've got all the pumpkins coming along, and then they start bouncing around and ice skating. And luckily, someone was able to tell me it's very simple. I just had to click it's not kinematic. Kinematic. So if we look at this, look at that. Not that, it is that. Kinematic. So yeah, I've used a lot of different sources to try and make this game work. So yeah, I'll show you the scripts. This is the settings menu, obviously the audio mixers, drop down, which I'm ignoring for the moment. But all that really does is the height and width of the resolution. Music, sound effects. Quality, again, that just didn't work, so we'll ignore it. And then here's the full screen, it's literally just a bool. Onto the launch menu, lots of sterilized fields for all the different canvases. Yeah, it's pretty simple stuff, you know, true, false. Allow different things to work. That's all that is. I can't remember if I showed the missile or not, but there's the arrays, there's how the missile works. I'm pretty sure I did show that though. Enemy spawns, again, more arrays. And usefully, I got this from ChatGPT. Usefully, I can also use this to spawn health and ammo at different spawn points. So it's actually a brilliant code. Enemy follow is quite simple. I got this from a different one. I will have to take this out though, because one of the errors I keep getting is that it's trying to access the animator on this, but obviously, I mean, it has an animator, but it doesn't actually need it. So I'll have to remove that from that code so it doesn't come up with that error. And the enemy itself, it's very simple, bit of score text, bit of health. I might just make a one shot though, just to make it simple. And then finally, the hover sound and the click sound are two functions. Obviously, the audio source and the sounds themselves. And if I just quickly show you, this is how I get the buttons to click. If we click on here, just look at a random button. There's a button function. Point to enter, point to down, plays different sounds. I believe it's the canvas. Yeah, the canvas have the actual script. So it doesn't actually need to be on this, but that's that. I will also show you, here are the different spawn points. So you have them coming from the back, off to the left, off to the right. This one obviously comes through this little gate here, and then this one comes through this gate here, so that's kind of cool. This one's to this side, that one's to the back and through that gate through there, and then this one's through here. And I believe show nav mesh, yeah. So if you look on the outside, there's not a floor, but there is a floor. I've just took the mesh renderer off, but it's still got the collision box. Baked that, so pumpkins can come in from the outside. And that is that. Can't remember if I showed the pumpkin prefab very well, so we'll look at that again. Annoyingly, I can't actually reset the nav mesh agent. When I do the base offset, it goes up or down. It doesn't go left or right. So they are slightly out of place. Yeah, rigid body, box collider, obviously. Follow script, enemy script. I can swap them there if I need to. I don't actually have to open the code. I might need to swap the box collider onto the actual halves, since the actual halves are what's going up and down rather than the whole parent. But you know, it's coming along. We got a bit of audio, and we got a few enemies, and yeah.